Hey guys, welcome to the Aesthetic Bootcamp. I am so excited to dive deep into this training with you. I wanted to create this as a program that's really going to give you an in-depth overview of how we align sales, operations, and marketing utilizing new systems that are out there in today's evolutionary time of having AI and all these other things so that we can really sit down and scale your business strategically in aesthetics. So, if you're an aesthetic clinic owner, if you're a practitioner wanting to build your brand, your business, this is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to move the needle with very refined, tangible steps to take. And if you take what I tell you today and you actually put the steps forward, there is no way that you do not gain revenue from taking the steps in this class. Okay. I've seen it time and time and again. I put a very potent program together here. All the things that I feel are the most important in terms of foundational steps that often people miss certain areas of. That's where we find, gaps and where we identify bottlenecks in businesses. So this is the training to really get your business going. This could be for an aesthetic clinic owner who hasn't even started yet, who's wanting to jump into the industry but doesn't know where the heck to start. This could be someone who is super established but feels stagnant, feels like they can do more. No matter where you're at in your business, take these philosophies and methodologies, implement them, and you're going to see insane results. Okay. I have been in the industry for a very long time. I have been a leader in sales and marketing. I have my own marketing company, among other things. I've worked with some of the top world renowned practitioners, and I'm taken all of this and I put in a pretty little package and bow to deliver the foundational steps today with you. So this is going to be the Aesthetic Bootcamp. My name is Kayla Petrusek, and we are just going to jump right into it. So this is the Aesthetic Bootcamp. Okay, as I mentioned, we're going to be going over marketing, sales, and operations. And this is a very specialized coaching program for people who are in or entering the medical aesthetic industry. So my company is Allura Agency. So we are an elite marketing and coaching firm for medical aesthetics. Here's a little video. I just wanted to start the session off with that. Let me see here. Okay, perfect. You can see me here. So first, I will do an introduction of myself. So I wanted to just kind of give you a rundown of the background of me, who I am. I like to go in depth with this. I'm very into human connection and making things real and raw. So I want you to really get a feel of like who I am, why I've been here. And I think it just gives insight as to who you're going to be working with potentially. And I had my son. I got pregnant when I was 19. I had my son when I was 20. So I was a single mom for many years at a young age with not much support. And this has really engraved like who I am today. A lot of my values and a lot of, you know, my strengths, honestly, are because of this, because I was obviously a mom at a young age with a lot of responsibility, and I had to figure shit out on my own. Like, no one did it for me. And through this process, it also built a lot of resiliency and it made me very creative. And I have always been a go getter and I make shit happen. I don't wait around for it to happen. I make shit happen. And when you do these things, and we're going to talk deeper into these topics in a bit, but when you do this, crazy stuff happens. You create portals and opportunities for yourself. It is actually insane. And I don't feel like people fully grasp the power that we have to make things happen for ourselves. So it's real. I'm very passionate about this. And I believe any and all of you are so capable of making all your dreams and goals happen. It's about mindset, it's about strategy. And we're going to go into all of that. Okay. Now, I put myself fully through college. I did hospitality management at the beginning because my son was very young and I wasn't ready to go into a degree yet. And I worked at the Hilton Hotel in sales for a bit because I liked Paris Hilton. And I just love a luxury experience. The Hilton was beautiful hotels all over the world. And so I did that. And then education's so important to me and I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with learning and self-development. So of course, I went back, I got my degree in health sciences. I'm in love with biology and learning about the human body. It's just fascinating. So I just wanted to learn about something that I loved. Yeah, I worked in pharmaceutical sales for some of the top pharma companies for years and did very well. And then I later in the day and am still enrolled and almost finished doing my MBA. So now putting the business into play. But I mean, I've learned the most through my experiences. Started in sales like at 21, so I was the youngest person at the biggest main Hilton hub in downtown Toronto, who went from being in an apprenticeship um, hired directly into sales. That had never happened before, and I did that just from proving myself. So we're going to go into how and why and all of that. Now, I also started my own company, so a Laura agency, this company, in 2021. I had no idea how to start a company, right? And no one helped me. I literally figured it out on my own, Google searching how to start a sole proprietorship, which eventually turned into a corporation and we hired a team and it grew. So it's really exciting. But I've done a lot of different things. I honestly, you'll see as we dive deeper into this, but I kind of call myself a jack of all trades because I've always been someone who's really open to like learning and doing different things. Nothing ever holds me back. Yeah, so I've done a lot of different things, and this is great in a coaching capacity because no matter what's going on in your business and you bring forward, girl or guy, like I have an answer for you because I have worked in so many sectors and I've gone in such a hyper growth phase where I haven't just touched the surface of these areas, gone really deep and all in on myself. I've traveled the world. I've met the top people in these industries. I've worked with them. I've won awards, like all this cool stuff that I now want to share with the world so that you can literally, I just want to help you make your dreams come true because I know that there's infinite possibilities. It's literally at our fingertips. I've seen it, I've done it. Let's make it happen for you. We all have goals, right? There's things sometimes stopping us from achieving those goals, and this is where we're going to figure it out. Now, I have also what else? So yeah, I have a podcast and I'm going to show you that later. That's where I really just it's like therapy for me. Like I love talking about these topics, very passionate about them. So I'll share different things that I'm learning because I'm involved in so many different things and I'm always picking new things up and I want to share it with you. So I do that through my podcast. It's called No Limits with Kayla Petrusek, and there'll be a QR code later. So if you're interested, you can pop in on there. And I typically release a new episode every Monday. I've also written two books, which you can get on Amazon. One is called Nailed It. And this book is all about, it's like HR. It's basically how you nail the job, how you get the job, because that's something I was really good at. I always got the job, except for I think one. And I did a lot of different interviews in my life, like probably like more than anyone you know. Like this is something my friends would literally laugh about. And they're like, Kayla, you should actually write a book about this. And that's why I did it. So there is a certain process that I would do when I went through interviews and it was different than what other people were doing and it impressed them. So that's how you get the job. It's selling yourself basically. So there's sales skills behind that, but it's also knowing how to position yourself and to provide value and to literally just close and seal the deal, right? So if you're interested in learning about that, Nailed It on Amazon. And then I have another book, Aesthetic Growth, which is going more in depth on sales, marketing, and operations. So, in terms of my background, I mentioned I did pharma sales, but I also worked in medical aesthetic device, selling devices. I worked in with L'Oreal, selling SkinCeuticals, Galderma, selling Elastin. So, I understand that side of the business. And of course, worked with many clinics, helping them with their marketing, coaching them on their businesses, helping startups for aesthetic clinics, helping startups at corporations, scaling sales teams in aesthetics, lots of different cool things. And yeah, I mean, like, what else? I mean, I've also opened up a recruitment division of my company. So I did this because I was naturally just doing this. I've built a network through aesthetics. And there'd be people coming to me saying, like, techs looking for jobs. And then, of course, I knew the clinic, so I could connect the two. And then corporations looking for really good salespeople. And I was training salespeople. So connecting the dots. Now I have a recruitment sector. So if you are ever looking for a job, send me a resume because I have a database and I'm constantly picking people and sending them to clinics for jobs. Um, let's see. Yeah, so when I eventually I left corporate, which was really hard and scary, I actually 16x'd my company in the first 3 months. So that's something I was really excited about. And, it's just like I felt really accomplished because you never, before taking that leap, you think about all the what ifs. And a lot of people are scared to do that jump. I was definitely one of them. I procrastinated on it, but it all works out when you're doing the right thing for yourself, like deep at a deep level. Yeah. So that's a lot about me. Now you kind of get an idea of who I am, what my mission is. I want to help you achieve it all. And this is going to be the foundational steps to start that journey. All right. Okay. Go back here. So I've created my own pillars of what I believe are the keys to being successful in life. Not only successful, because success is one thing. I've met multimillionaires who are extremely successful, but they're not happy. So, what is the point? We don't only want to be filthy rich. We want to be filthy rich and we want to be happy. We want to feel abundant and we want to have freedom because we want to actually live our lives, right? We don't want to be jailed to our business. Like it's not worth it then and you won't be happy long term. Okay. When it like not to be morbid, but like when you're on your deathbed, you don't think, wow, I made a lot of money. No, you reflect like you think I lived a life worth living and I enjoyed every freaking second of it. We can have both. Okay. That's what I believe in. And that's what I'm going to help you do. Now this is like my favorite part. And that's why I'm starting with it. This is what I really truly believe in. This is what I created when I really sat back and thought about my life and the things that I've accomplished and done. And like the question I've gotten the most throughout my life is, Kayla, how do you do it all? And these things that I'm about to tell you, these three things, is exactly how. So the first is fear and bravery. Okay. So what you resist in life will always persist. So we all have big fears, right? Like we all do. For me, it's public speaking. I'm terrified of it, like absolutely terrified. So I put myself in the room and I do it anyways. Okay. I'll share a story on that in a minute. We have to be brave and we have to face these fears because if we don't, they will stick with you until the end, right? Like they don't go away. So it's just a matter of time as to when you're going to gain the courage to actually face it and get past it. And when you do that, a lot of things start to happen. Okay. And we're going to dive deeper into that. Fear will revisit you again and again in life. All right. So if you aren't growing, you're slowly dying. Okay. So the other day, like 2 days ago, I was learning. I just invested into a program with one of the best salespeople in the world right now. And I was learning high ticket sales and closing tactics. And my son walks by and he's almost 16. So he's seen a lot. He's grown up with me doing all this stuff. And he was like, Mom, you're always learning. And I said, Yeah, Kaden, I am. And I love it. And I hope that it's making a good impression on you to see like what we need to do to show up for ourselves to make things happen. And I see him doing it, guys. And that is like the best thing ever. He literally started his own car detailing business and he listens to podcasts. He wakes up to doing like an ice bath or like he's just like next level and he works out 5 days a week. Like I wish I was like that at 15. So it's these little things. And even if like as a mom or, parents, like the things that we do, our little ones are watching. So this is like another layer as to like why we're doing it all. All right. So I had mentioned my biggest fear, and it still is, and I'm still working on it, probably will for a long time, is public speaking. I don't know why. I think a lot of people are scared of it, but I remember in grade 7, I got up in front of the class and I had social anxiety. Like I I'm a bit of an anxious person, I guess. Definitely was before. And anyways, I went up and I did a presentation, and I don't know what happened, guys, but I just bursted out laughing, like hysterically laughing in front of everyone. I got up, I had my whole thing prepared. I had a lab coat on. I was like doing like some kind of science presentation, and it was really embarrassing. Like just hysterically laughing. Even my teachers look at me like, Kayla, what are you doing? Everyone's like, what the hell? And I actually, believe it or not, never did another presentation again. Like I think throughout my whole academic career, which is insane because I've done a lot of schooling, like 8+ years now of schooling, because I did my college diploma and my degree, and now I'm doing my MBA. So I somehow was so scared and somehow got through all of this without ever presenting again. And I would skip any presentation. And know what this did? Because I wasn't facing my fears, it made me carry on this fear that just got bigger over time. And it held me back because I didn't go for really cool opportunities in my life until I got over that fear. So you see, like that wasn't that there are many missed opportunities. I could have just faced it a long time ago. What you resist persists. Um, so it wasn't until yeah, like I literally all college, all university, high school, I didn't go to one presentation. I would just have to do really good on the assignments and the exams. But anyways, adulthood finally just said, I think I just woke up one day and I'm like, I'm fucking going for it. This wasn't until I mean, I've always been like a go-getter and stuff, but like when I really went for it 7 years ago, and nothing got in my way. Like I just decided for myself that I want to be a millionaire. I want to make a difference in the world. There's a lot of things I want to do. I want to provide for my mom, my dad, my son, my family, and all the other people out there. Like I've always wanted to make a really big impact. And one day I would love to have like a charitable. I would love to help either like homeless people or kids who come from broken families or hard situations, meaningful stuff, but money helps. So money is power in this world. Okay. But we can do it in the right way where we make money doing what we love and making a lot of it pretty fairly quickly if we do it the right way. Okay. Now, what I want you to take from this is just to kind of reflect. What fear do you need to face to unlock your next level? Just take some time to think about that. We'll go to the next one. Oops. Okay. So, the second foundational pillar is action and implementation. All right. This is where most people stop and they don't act. They get stuck in overthinking, self doubt, perfectionism. But the truth is, you learn, grow, and build through action. This is you actually like can't do anything unless you have this piece, right? We can build that bravery and conquer fear, but next step, if we don't put the action implementation, we don't get the results. What I've seen with this is a lot of cool stuff. I've created dream jobs for myself out of putting action forward. Jobs that did not exist. I went for it. I created it, I proposed it, and it happened like multiple times throughout my life. Okay. Because I believe you can have anything that you want, and you can. Okay. But you have to believe it, and you have to make it happen. How? Get creative. Creativity's got to come in. So I want you to really think about like, what is one thing that you've been hesitating on, and what action can you take like this week? What is something that you really, really want in your life or to do or whatever it may be? But if you really think about it, The reason that's not happening is because you're not taking the steps forward. I want you to act on that. Okay. Next is confidence and resilience. Confidence is something that we are all born with typically, right? Like when we're born, we grow up, we're little kids. You ask, what do you want to do when you grow up? You say like, I want to be a superstar, whatever you say, because there's nothing holding you back. We haven't been through our society yet, through all the different stages that we go through in our environments that change our perception and things that create mental blocks and just change the way we think. We need to get back to thinking the way that when we were little kids, when we believe anything is possible. Because when you truly believe it, this is when it happens. Now, we just tend to lose that as we age. So, how do we fix this? Our environment creates subconscious blocks, deteriorating confidence and opportunity. However, we can build it back if we choose, and it comes back, right, to facing fear, to taking action, and to like truly in your core building belief, because you have to actually believe it. You can't just say, oh, yeah, I want to do this. Like, you have to believe it with your soul, with everything. Every time you follow this cycle, your confidence is going to grow. It's like building a muscle. We have to do these things for ourselves. We have to build our confidence. What once felt impossible, it all of a sudden is going to start to feel like the norm. And you continue to want more and more and to open more doors. You can do anything with enough confidence, but you earn it through the bravery and the action. So, for your reflection on this, if you live these 3 rules again and again, you will build, it is guaranteed, you will build success, happiness, and freedom in your life. Not overnight, okay, necessarily. I have seen it happen for some people. It's crazy. But through a lifetime of small moments, moments where you choose to lean in, to take the step, and to believe in what's possible for you. Okay. Resiliency is what gets us through it at the end. Resiliency is built through conquering hard times, but you have to go for it to build them. It all works together. So these are the 3 things. And I'm actually writing another book about this right now. That's going to be called Stop Hiding, because it's like people playing small. I want them to break out of that shell and live the best version of themselves, to live the best life, because we have one chance at this life on earth. Let's make it the best fucking one. So that's it, guys. I love this. Okay. This is like my favorite thing to talk about. But like now we're getting into more like strategies and a little more mindset stuff. But I wanted to start it off with this because at the end of the day, it's not all about the strategies. You could have the best strategies. If your mind is not right, it's not gonna click. It's not gonna happen. The mindset stuff is actually what drives the car, the vehicle. The strategies are the vehicle, the person in the vehicle driving it. We need to nurture that. Okay. And this is where a lot of funky stuff can happen in our business that blocks us. It's about putting yourself in a new identity to be the person to hold the business that you actually want. Okay. So we're going to do a mini Instagram masterclass to get into the marketing portion. Okay. Water break. This might be overview for some of you. This might be new to some of you, but it's important. So kind of foundational, very basic marketing. You have a hook. Okay. A hook is a one-liner that really makes people like do that, like that look back, like, wait, what? What'd you say? This is very important because when someone's landing on your Instagram, your website, you have literally 3 seconds to stop the scroll. How do you stop the scroll? It's with a really strong hook. It's the most important piece because it's the first piece, other than like the aesthetic, right? But I would say even this is more important because the first thing they're going to do is read that. Hopefully, you do it right. So we need a strong hook, catching someone's attention through something polarizing, something surprising, something is like a bold statement. Then we need to provide value. A big mistake I see is that people who are marketing themselves keep it about them, keep it about the logistics, the information, blah, blah, boring. No one cares about that. What people care about, and we're going to go more into this, is what's in it for them, right? We're selfish. Like we're not wasting our time. What is in it for me? Like what's going to happen from me spending my time here, right? We need to talk about the value for the end user. Very important. This can be through education. This can be through tips and tricks, strategies, resources, many different things. Then, also very important is a call to action, which is called a CTA. And this is where we, at the end, are telling our end user exactly what we want them to do. Seems simple, missed all the time. And it's unfortunate because it's like you put all the work in and you just miss it that one step. There's a lot going on in their environment. They might be distracted. They just need to be told exactly what to do. So, if, as an example, if you want them to click on your link in bio, you have to tell them to do that. If you don't put that sentence at the end, next, they might have got great value out of reading that, but you didn't tell them what to do. Like, what's going to happen? Like, they're not going to move. Okay. And that's going to be in your piece of content, right? Whether it's a reel or a static post, which is just a single post, or a carousel. Now, one thing I will add here, because things have changed so much over the years and they constantly are changing. But right now, in 2026, we're in May, carousels are performing extremely well. Okay. Almost, if not better than reels, which is like the first time in history that this is happening. But they're working very well. And across the board, actually, Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to be referring more to Instagram in this masterclass. So we want to do carousels about 3 to 5 slides. And this is going to nurture the audience that you already have. So it's very important to nurture because people don't buy typically the second that they land in your world, right? It takes time. It takes 9 to 12 touch points. So we need to nurture them with good content that's going to keep moving the needle. But we also need to get new followers. How do we do that? That's going to be more so you're talking to camera, so your reels, okay? A lot of people hate this. A lot of people are scared about this. Again, we got to be brave. We got to work on what we're scared of, build resiliency, get confident, and move forward. Where in 2026, you want to be a business owner, social media is at the forefront of it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you got to get comfortable with this and give me the cold hard truth, okay? Maybe 5 years ago, I would have said there's another way of doing it. But to be honest now, if you want to do this for yourself, like you got to get comfortable in front of the camera because it's just the way the world works now. People want to buy from people. People are buying from personal brands and you need a face. They want to get to know you. They want to feel your personality. You got to do it. Okay. We'll figure it out. And these are things that we can work on together. There's a lot of ways to get comfortable with it. The more you do, you're going to feel comfortable, but there is creative ways that we can ease it into it. So you're not just in front of the camera talking about in-depth things right away. Like, don't worry, I've got you. There are things that we can do for that, but we got to start easing you into feeling comfortable and confident doing that because that's what's going to drive your business. Okay. Okay. So that's content. Now, once we have the piece of content we've uploaded, we need a caption. With Instagram, longer caption, long form caption. With TikTok, short form caption. Now, same kind of formula with the caption. We want that hook as the first sentence. Okay. We want to provide at least one piece of value that they are going to take with them that they didn't have or know before they landed on your content. Think of them. Just remember, it's not about you. It's not about what you want to sell. It's not about the logistics of what you're selling. Really, just remember, it's about the transformation for the end user. Okay. That's how the language has to be. Then you have your CTA. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. How do they move along your sales funnel? What's the next step? Is it a link to your website, to your landing page? Is it the link in your bio to a freebie, which is like an ebook or something that you've created? Like, you need to create a sales funnel. If you're an aesthetic clinic, typically this would go to your booking page on your website. Okay. Or it could go to like a virtual consultation. They could book into a virtual consultation. Yeah. So one of those two options is normally what it is for aesthetics. Okay. That is the basics. Okay. Now, this is an old account. I want to show you a bit about profile optimization. Okay. This is basically setting up your Instagram account and profile. So a few things. Now, you can see like I have my name, right? Kayla Petrusek. And then the second line under that, what you want to put here is what is your mission? What is your transformation? And in aesthetics, guys, I want you to not be the do all be all. Okay. You can do a lot of things, but you don't want to market yourself as that like generic. Okay. The way you're going to like build your brand and scale faster is I want you to think about like what you're actually really passionate about. Some people struggled with acne throughout their lives, and this is why they've gotten to the business. They want to clear people's acne because it's near and dear to the heart, it's emotional, and it's powerful. Some people want to focus on body and fat loss, skin tightening, right? Some people focus on more wellness, peptides, nutrition programs, weight loss programs. Whatever it is, kind of find your niche. Okay, you should niche. You can still do all the things, right? But you want to kind of lean in with like you're the go-to, you're the expert of X. Okay. Now that third line is I want you to put exactly like what you're providing in a call to action on the fourth line. So what you're providing could be like, okay, say you are niching in clearing acne and you have an Aerolase Neo device. If you don't know what that is, it's a laser that it's a multi-platform laser that is very good at treating acne. So you could say, actually, I wouldn't even necessarily say it's an Aerolase device because people don't even know what that means, right? Like that's another thing. We don't want to, we know aesthetics, not our end user may not know aesthetics. So I would just focus on the transformation of clearing acne and like create a curated program protocol that works to clear acne. So maybe for you, that's 4 to 6 sessions of like a laser device, and you incorporate a certain acne protocol for skincare, and you do LED light therapy and like some kind of clarifying mask. So you've created the acne program to clear your acne in like, let's say 6 months. Make it specific. It's nice if you add a timeline. If I had acne, and with acne, it's very emotional. It bothers people. It's affecting their life day to day, and it even holds them back in many areas. If I landed on something that they had social proof, like photos, videos, testimonials, reviews, showing that people were clearing their acne in this 6 month program, hell yeah, I'm going to stop and read and look at this because that's what I want. That's my end goal. Okay. Now the fourth line on here where it says let go, this is your call to action. You don't actually have to put a fourth line because it doesn't actually show. You have to click the arrow down for it to show that line on Instagram. I still use it. Let's go with an arrow pointing down to my link. So you can do that. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, the line right under my name where it says Kayla Petrusek Business Coach and Marketing Agency. This is actually connected to Google's SEO, search engine optimization, which means I want you to keep that in the back of your mind because what you're putting here is exactly what you would want someone to search on Google to find you because it's all linked. Okay. So for me, for example, I branded my name. I have a personal brand. So I want my name. People might be searching that. Or or they're looking for a business coach or a marketing agency because I do those things. So that makes sense for me. You have to think about what makes sense for you. Are you branding yourself through your name, through your business name, through both? You just got to think like what like to find what you're offering, what would someone search on Google? That's the easiest way to put it. Okay. Now, another little trick. I love this one. Trending audio. Okay, I don't want you to get all bogged down with this stuff, to be honest. What is actually more important here is what we talked about getting the mindset stuff. These are more like the cherries on top strategies to to drive your business. But what I don't want to happen is that you get overwhelmed. You're like, oh my God, I didn't put a trending audio, or, like don't get muddled in all that stuff. Okay. It's just like a nice to have. So trending audio can help. It can help with the algorithm on Instagram. And how it works is people are using these trending songs. And when it gets to a certain point, which is less than 20 people who have used it, okay, then sometimes it can help because you kind of jump on the bandwagon right before it goes viral and it helps drive views. Okay. Honestly, I don't really even care about this, but I think it's good to know. Like, I'm here to educate you. And like, again, things might change 6 months from now. But right now, like, I don't think it matters too much. But if like you're going to put a song on, you might as well just have this in the back of your mind. Or pick one with less than 20K uses. So there's two ways that we can find a trending audio. One, in your feed. So the second photo here, when you're like scrolling and you're looking at all the feed of all the different videos people in the world have put out there, in the bottom bottom left corner, there, as I circled it here, it will be an arrow going like this. That's how you know it's trending. You can click on it, you can save it, you can use it right away. Another way is if you go into your professional dashboard, okay, and you click on tips and resources and then click trending audio at the bottom there. I highlighted it in yellow, the circle there. They'll have a bunch of trending audios there as well. So there's different kinds of accounts that you can have on Instagram. There's a regular account, personal, there's creator, there's professional. Okay. Creator account is pro to this. This is like for influencers, it has all the good trending audio. Like, of course, it's fun to have good music, guys, and it can help again with that algorithm. So, of course, we want that. But the pro to the professional account is that it's really good for service based businesses because it has additional features like the contact us. It has much more business analytics, which is going to be important down the road when we start actually seeing what's performing well, what's not, so we can kind of navigate our marketing strategy. So, this is a big pro. The con with the professional is that you get like the worst music ever. It's like literally like twang da dang dang dang. Like it's like what? No, like I'd rather have no music. It's horrible. So we want both, but they don't let you have both. I don't know why. Except I have a loophole for you so that you can. So what I want you to do, you can screenshot this. I want you to go make yourself have a professional account, first of all. I want you to go under edit profile and then to category and then select entrepreneur. It has to be entrepreneur. You can toggle so it doesn't show up on your profile if you don't want it to. And then it's a hack to have access to all the good music that a creator account would have, but you have a professional account. Okay. I love that little trick. It's so good. It's like game changer. Okay. Now I wanted to do a little comparison, I guess, to see the difference of what looks like a better profile versus where we could make some changes. Okay. So we have 1 and 2 here, and I'm not picking on anyone here. I just wanted to find a quick example. There's always ways to improve. So, anyways, I mean, for a second, I want you to just look at these and be like, which one stands out as better and why? I'm just going to think of it for a second. Okay. And I'm going to show you what I think. So with one, she has pink as a branding color. This is good. I can see that that's pretty consistent. Now, as her name, she put San Diego esthetician. Okay, it's kind of targeting her in her local area. She put the entrepreneur. Okay, like I know why she's doing that. She's using the hack. Licensed esthetician. This is good, but it's kind of a given, like that if you're an esthetician that you're licensed. So it's like I feel like this really valuable space in the bio could be used for something stronger, more powerful, more transformative to move someone. No phone calls. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of not friendly, right? It's kind of like, what if you're someone who prefers calling and having a conversation? There are some people that aren't texters, that aren't tech savvy, that want to do phone call. Like maybe you were ready to book and you saw that and you're like, okay, well, never mind. You know, I actually like that she has the Mission Bay location because we want to be targeting people who are local to us, obviously, so they can actually walk through the door of our clinic. So that is good. She's saying that she speaks Spanish. This is good. But again, like I feel like we can use that really valuable space for something stronger. And she has her address. That's great. Her email or her website. Now with her highlights, which are the little bubbles underneath, these are where you can save stories. I would like to see something more consistent and a little more like professional looking. Like I feel like the facials one is fuzzy. I don't even know what that is. And just so you can make it look nicer. So I'll just start with that. And then the second one, what I liked about this is that there's clearly a consistent branding theme, like with the neutral kind of greeny brownie tones. I like that they have their brand name right there, like the clinic name is bold, it's right there. I like that they've established authority and credibility in their bio. So top aesthetic clinic in Victoria, BC. So it's showing exactly where they are. It's showing like they're one of the best. And it's also backing that up with it's a physician led clinic. So not every clinic is physician led, but if you are, of course, you should mention that because it does add to that credibility. And some people, that's very valuable to them. And then we're giving a little blurb on like, what is this clinic all about? Like, what are they doing? Injectables, surgical, and non surgical rejuvenation. Okay. So I know they do, like, if I'm looking for filler or Botox or something like I feel like I'm aging and I want like boost, like a boost. I know they do that right there. And then their phone number is right there. So it's like a no brainer. Okay, I need to contact them. The number's right there. We need to make it as easy for people as possible to move because people do not want to jump hoops to book something. Okay, the easier the better. And there's a link there. So they can call, they can click on the link. Easy. I like that. That's just to give you kind of a comparison. Okay. Okay. So, something I mentioned in the beginning that I love is my podcast. I love just talking about stuff that I'm learning on this crazy journey. So, it's called No Limit with Kayla Petrusek. And I put the QR code there so you can put your phone up and it will take you right to my podcast. You can follow it if you'd like. I go through so many different business strategies there that are good for all industries essentially, but I do kind of specify into aesthetics. And every Monday is when I release an episode. So there's already about, I think there's like 50, 60 episodes already. So you can kind of scan through the titles and maybe there's something that pops out to you, like that you're wanting to learn about. You go there and you can even listen to it on like 1.5 speed in the car, which I love to do because we're all very busy. So, and if you ever have any requests of a topic that you're wanting to learn more about, guys, contact me. I love to hear it. I'm going to give you my contact details at the end. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go through sales now. Very, very important. If we're killing our marketing, we drop the ball with the sales, everything we're doing in marketing is a waste. Okay. Sales is how we seal the deal. So, one sec. I want to go through some of the top sales objections out there, actually across all industries, but I've tried to focus these into aesthetics. Okay. So the obvious one, it's too expensive. So the thing is, it's never actually about price. It never is. People buy expensive things all the time. Think of Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. It's not about price. It's about the perceived value and what they get from it. If they say it's too expensive, it's because you did not lay out the transformation to them clearly enough where they're getting it. Like, how is this getting them from point A to point B, from where they are to where they want to be? Did you uncover like what's holding them back from being where they want to be? And then tying the loop. We need to probe and ask the right questions, probing questions. Okay, probe means asking questions to get as much information as possible. They should talk more than you. You just want to be curious and learn. And that's data. Okay. Once you probe and you extract exactly who they are, what they're doing, where they want to be, and why they feel like they're not there, that's the data that you use to then use what you're selling to then ask provoking questions, which is kind of more like it's kind of like, well, how would it make you feel if you didn't achieve X, Y, and Z? It's provoking. It's kind of like making them think about it for a second, and that's how we get them there. So it's all about just worth. It's like if they're saying it's too expensive, they just don't think it's valuable enough to them yet, and we've missed some key parts of the sales funnel. And this is also where you can show them the cost of staying the same. So that's really the biggest risk, right? When we think about what's the worst thing that can happen, it's like just literally staying exactly where you are, being stagnant. Like, who wants that in their life? Like, of course, we should always be getting better and growing and creating an amazing life for ourselves. So you can it's like selling is not just like pushing. It's not pushing. It's not, some people have this perception that sales is like pushing things on people, but that's not the way that we want to do sales. What we want to do is we want to help people, coach people how to create empowered decisions by literally just laying out the things on the table. This is what you want. You've said that. This is how we can get you there. Is it worth that dollar amount to get you there? And you just got to really kind of coach them through it. Next.
Oh, I love that.
Um, I need to think about it. You probably heard this before, right? When you're trying to
Okay.
sell a big skincare package of 5K skincare, 10K skincare package. This isn't actually a delay, it's uncertainty. They're not fully convinced yet. There's something that has not clicked on an emotional level, and there's just missing pieces in clarity and trust. So this is what you have to do here is you have to uncover exactly what they feel unsure about. So I would say something like, absolutely, thanks for sharing that. I'm just curious to know, like, what is it that do you feel is holding you back from moving forward right now? Is typically what I hear is that it's normally pricing, it could be time, or it could be that you maybe just don't trust me or the company. You just ask them flat out, like, and then they'll most likely tell you like what it is that's actually holding them back. And then once you figured that out, you work through that. Okay. Okay. I want to look around first. Okay. They want to keep doing their shopping. There's a lot of options out there. We cannot blame them. They're just not sold on you yet, the person selling it. Okay. And they don't see any differentiation. Like it just seems like another generic option out there. Why you
Well,
like
water.
it's there's something there, like you need to think about like what is your creative advantage, what is your differentiation of the competitors out there. So you want to think about this when you're selling your things, like I mentioned earlier, creating your own branded protocol for acne. This isn't just your typical clear acne. This is Bella Studio acne protocol, like whatever, I don't know, where we incorporate this. It's our proprietary formula to blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like make it like unique to you. Like no one else can do this but you. You figure out the way to clear acne in 6 months, and this is how you do it. So when people are saying I want to look around, it's because you've positioned yourself as just another like the standard out there, and there's no reason for them to move right now. Like there's a bunch of other people doing what you're doing, so like they're not sold on you yet. So a question that you can ask them back is, what are you hoping to find elsewhere that you didn't see here? Like, and some people are scared to ask these questions. Don't be like, be bold. They'll appreciate that. And this is how you're actually going to uncover like the things that you need to move the needle. And it's like helping them too, right? Because we're actually just coaching them to figure out like, is it a fit or is it not? Maybe it's not, but like, let's actually take the right steps to like actually see what's on the table here and like work through it together. Right. That's going to benefit not just you, it's like benefiting them too. So this is about timing in their mind, not yours, right? So usually what happens here when people are not ready, they're scared. And they're usually people who aren't like risk takers, right? You know, when you're on the phone with like a risk taker, like they've taken risks before, and they're ready to do that. But some people are less like are more risk averse, right? So they're overthinking it. And they are always
Oh,
going to be the person in life in general who's waiting for the perfect time. So there's like a lack of urgency or external commitment. So we need to work through them with this, like what is holding them back. And it's like changing their mindset as to like, like what i- is going on here? Like, what is your goal? And if you're serious about your goal, like ask them on a scale from 1 to 10, like how important is it for you to get to this goal within the next year, and see what they say. And if they say anything like 8 or above, this is really good for you. This means you can really start doing your soft selling and then your hard selling. If it's below an 8, there's still some work that needs to be done on like the nurturing phase where we're like probing and asking provoking questions and like uncovering their needs, because there's a reason that they're on the call with you, right? So we just need to like figure that out and how we get them there. And a question that you can ask is, what would be different for you if you decided to start now? Okay. Like, and here to carry on with that, the reason you would ask a question like this, what would be different for you if you decided to start now, is because you want to hear from them and emotionally for them, like how exciting that would be. Like if we started the acne program today and we could start getting you results and have it cleared by 6 months, like what would that mean for you? Like how would that change your life? How would you feel? Get them talking about that because that gets them excited. And then they're selling themselves at that point. Okay. Another one is like, I've had a bad experience before. This is a common one. Even myself, like in aesthetics, this was like 9 years ago, but like I had a bad experience where I got really burnt. I'm talking second, third degree burns all over my legs where I had hypopigmentation for years and it looked really bad. It was really scary. So some people have had bad experiences. This is emotional thinking, not logical thinking. So we need to bring it back into the logical space. There's broken trust, there's fear of that repeating, regret, and a need for safety and reassurance. So we want to be building that, of course, throughout the full sales call. Like you want to be a friend to them. You're not here to just sell them something like you shouldn't actually be. Like that's not morally why we or how we should do sales. This is like human centric sales that I teach. You're doing this because you're actually very passionate about this. You want to actually help this person. How do we do that? Let's talk through the bad experience. What happened? What did it mean to you? And what are you scared of moving forward? And then we talk through that. Okay. So, and it's like bringing it back to the logical. It's like, okay, well, this is a completely different program, a completely different practice, a different practitioner. And I can tell you, here's our social proof. Here are other people who've gone through the program. And maybe you have had an experience like that, but like, things can happen. But like, you talk about all the good and you can be honest, like, as well, like you can say, yeah, I have seen things go bad before. But like, it's like anything. So for example, like injections, guys, filler. A lot of people get filler in the world. Obviously, that's why it's such a lucrative multi-billion-dollar industry. But there's risks for things that can happen. And there's been bad things that can happen from even the best people with 20 plus years experience at very reputable clinics. Okay. So shit can happen. There's always a little bit of risk, but let's be real. And we're going to talk about like, this is what we have. This is what we offer. This is the percentages of amazing successful stories that has happened. And you lay it out on a table. Okay. So being honest, truthful, and logical. So you're going to acknowledge, you're going to validate, and you need to just rebuild that trust, do some patch up work so that they feel like, okay, you know what, you're right. You're right. Like maybe I'm holding on to that fear. It was horrible that happened, but you know what? You've had actually a lot of creative success here. And like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like this could really be fit. Like, I feel like I trust you. Right. Okay. To go even deeper, because this is important, guys, because when you start getting leads through your marketing, if you cannot close them, which is a huge gap I see with people, which because it's hard. If you've never, especially if you've never done sales before, like understand sales. Everything you did for marketing is literally going in the garbage can. So sales and marketing always go together, right? We need to do the marketing. We need to know how to close the sale. Marketing, close the sale. So, and a little backstory to that, I started my business as a purely marketing agency and killing the marketing, right? But then what I saw was that the clinics I was working for killing the marketing, but then their in-house sales team wasn't closing leads. Leads are falling through the crack. They had no system in place. And it's like there was a huge opportunity loss there. And I quickly realized like, oh no, clinics need a coach who can actually help them with much more than just marketing because it actually takes more than that to run a successful multi-million-dollar business. You need to understand marketing, you need to understand sales, and then in the middle there is your systems. So anyways, this is why I'm honing down on this because I don't want you to get stuck in the weeds like I've seen it happen with so many businesses. We need to know how to close and your team needs to know how to close, okay? These are going to come up daily. We need to know how to work through them. And this is going to give you a nice foundation of how to do that. We need to and can go way deeper on all of this because it is a skill that takes time to learn. And I'm going to explain at the end an opportunity on how we can work together to really become so you and your team become masters at this and don't let any leads slip through the cracks. But for now, I want you to focus on these and even take a screenshot of this so that you can just always in the back of your mind know what to say or what to do when these come up because they will. So again, it's too expensive. So you can say, like, I hear you. Most people feel that at first, but can I ask you something? If you don't do this, what does that actually cost you over the next 6 to 12 months? And then we actually get the calculator out and we do an opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is a financial term where it's like, for example, okay, for example, like say there's a coaching program that costs $5,000, but it has historically shown to increase business revenue 5,000 plus per month additional. So it's like you would spend $5,000 for the year, but you would historically, like what other clinics have made or businesses have made, is an extra at least 5,000 per month over 12 months. So I don't even know what that is. I don't have my calculator here, but that's like a lot of money, right? Oh, I think it would be so yeah, so it'd be 58. So I think it'd be 60 something thousand. Oh my God, guys, I'm not good at math, but I think I did this math like last night somewhere. It was like, so you take the cost of the program, $5,000, but you have to potentially make like just over 60K, I think. I'm doing this math right. And then your opportunity cost is the amount of the program, subtract what you could potentially make. So subtract like 5,000. I think it was 58,000 after the cost of that. Say you got the program for a year, you spent 5K on it, but then you made an additional 58K the year because of that program. Your opportunity cost is 58K. So 58K is what you are essentially losing in on your business from not making the $5,000 investment. I hope that makes sense. But this is what you kind of have to walk people through because like the way our brains work is that our brain doesn't go there. We don't go to what the money we're missing out on. Our brain automatically goes to the cost, but it's small thinking, right? As a business owner, we need to think big picture. We need to look at all the different players here. If you don't do the thing that's going to actually move the needle, even if it's sticky, even if you kind of have to move some money around, you're missing out on a much bigger pot. You're going to stay where you're at. Anyone who's been successful in business has gone all in and taken some risk, and you have to invest in yourself to move forward. Like I've spent a lot of money learning the things and working with the people that I've worked with. Okay. But I have made it back tenfold. And I continue to do it over and over again. I always, 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 always have a business coach. So I laid that out for you because it's really a different way of thinking, but a lot of people get caught up in this and they're missing out. Okay. Because the people doing certain things for their business, if it's proven to actually work, are missing out because of fear or other things. And we don't want that. So when you're selling your packages, your high ticket packages, you need to think about that. What are they actually missing out on here? Over 6 months, do they want to live the rest of their life continuing to struggle with acne, which has been bringing their self-confidence down among missing out on opportunities for their whole life so far? No, let's do something about it. Yes, it's going to cost $5,000, but think about what their life is, how their life is going to change after that. Imagine walk them through it, waking up and feeling like you do not have to cover up your face with makeup. Like not to say everyone does this, but some people do. Like I just know because I've worked in many clinics and I've heard and talked to the clients. Kids don't even go to school. Some people will never raise their hand or get up and do something because their self-confidence is so low. That's not a life to live. Let's do something about it. Let's help them. Okay. 2, I need to think about it. So you would say something like, of course. Usually when someone says that, there's just one thing that doesn't feel fully clear yet. So I'm just curious, like what specifically feels uncertain for you right now? Just ask them. And then I can't afford it. So you say, I completely understand. But I'm just curious, let me ask you if this gave you the exact result that you're looking for, would you still feel like this is an expense? Or is it something that might be worth prioritizing? Right? It's just like shifting their perception. Okay. Now, the next one is I want to look around first. So you can say, yeah, absolutely. Like that makes sense. I want you to feel absolutely comfortable in your decision. But just so I understand properly, what are you hoping to find elsewhere that you didn't feel like you got here today? Like, what do you feel like you're not getting from this package that you might be able to get somewhere else? Just curious, right? Now, 5, I've had a bad experience before. So you could say, like, first of all, like, thank you so much for telling me that. It really matters. And, you know, I would just love to hear though, like, do you mind sharing what happened? And I want to make sure that you feel completely safe and taken care of this time. Then the last one is I'm not ready right now. So you can say totally fair. Out of curiosity, what would need to happen for you to feel ready? And just hear what they have to say. Okay, screenshot it, guys, and literally look it over every day until you just no brainer, second nature. All right, we're gonna kind of go into this now. So a MedSpot's guide to getting booked out. So 10 tactics that help convert clients. We're gonna kind of go through this one quickly. So because I just feel it's similar to what we've been going through, but one, okay, so action steps. I want you to speak to the real problems that your clients are facing. So if you want more bookings, stop talking about treatment, start talking about their problems, which we talked about, right? It's really, really important. We need to talk to their pain points. Examples of real life pain points that you might be hearing is nothing I've tried has worked for my acne. I want Botox, but I don't want to look fake. I'm embarrassed by my skin and don't know where to start, or I'm overwhelmed by all the treatment options. When your messaging mirrors your client's thoughts, they immediately feel seen and safe to take the action that you want. And I want you to also position your services as clear solutions. So clients don't care about product names, they care about outcomes. Talk about what they get. So clear skin in 90 days with our acne reset protocol, or restore youthful glow with our natural look injectable plan, or smooth hair-free skin with our 6-week laser confidence program. I want you to use real world results, showcase before and afters, and make it about them. So third is to create value driven offers. So you attract high quality clients by offering value, not discounts. And I want you to bundle this wisely. So you can combine treatments and protocols, offer memberships with perks and free add-ons, early access, and just also like use strategic bonuses to build that urgency. So an example of that could be a glow up facial series plus a free LED upgrade for the first 10 bookings in like May or whatever month you're using. And then I want you to use scarcity and urgency to drive actions. And by the way, guys, these are inspired from Alex and Layla Hermosi. I don't know if you know who they are, but they are extremely successful business owners in this world. And I actually worked with them. I did a workshop with them, which was really, really cool. And I learned all about these tactics. So this is actually coming from a workshop that I learned with them. So these are real, like they're using these and they are like multi billionaires. So, okay, scarcity and urgency to drive action. People buy when there's a reason to buy. So an example of that, only you have to give people a reason to buy or they won't. Only 5 spots left this month. Sorry, so much talking. Bonus add-on and Sunday night, or first 10 clients get a complimentary neck add-on, something like that. You don't want to fake it. You want to tie it to real capacity promotions or your seasonal offers. So, irresistible bonuses. Think of these as like the cherry on top. So, a free LED therapy treatment, a deluxe take home skincare kit, referral rewards, free skin analysis, or some kind of custom plan. Bonuses make offers real and it makes them feel like this is a real transformation and it's going to feel exclusive, exciting, and valuable. And then you want to address their fears proactively. Don't wait for them to bring it up. You want to preempt these objections before they do. Okay. Because then when it comes to the end to close, there's nothing for them to bring up. You've already brought it up and worked through it where in a time where they're more open, not at the end where they're already closed off. So fear is the number one blocker. Address it before they ask. So some common fears are, will this even work for me? Will I be oversold? Is it worth the cost? You can counter these with testimonials and education. So, example, here's what Sarah said after her first session. Literally have a printout and show like Sarah's transformation. Or we only recommend what will actually help you. Like let them know. And here is why. Like show reviews, and literally paint the picture, walk people through other patients or clients who have had success with your services. And you can also say, like, you customize it. So you can say, like, look, we have a skin analysis, or we set you with one of our skin specialists who walk through and literally customize a plan to your skin. This is not cookie cutter. This is not the same for everyone. We believe that everyone is uniquely different, and that we customize things based on your genetic makeup. Okay, 7 is to offer a guarantee or a confidence builder. So if you're confident in your treatments, you got to show it. For example, results in 90 days, or we adjust your plan at no charge. No clinics are actually doing this, but I think this is kind of cool. So this is something Alex Hormozy really believes in. It's a little bit harder in aesthetics because, I mean, everyone's skin is different, so you never know what you're going to get, but you could get creative with it, right? You're selling a package that's comprehensive and that actually has the skincare that they need to use after, so you know they're not going to Shoppers Drug Mart and using whatever that's going to give them pigmentation. Like, if you create a protocol that you feel very confident with and that people have used over and over again, you could offer some kind of guarantee or something, like, and people move on that like really fast. This is how you build a clientele really quickly. Or something like a free consultation, plus you get a 7 or 14-day follow up. It's just that extra care, that extra step. It builds major trust. Okay, so then you want to name your offers strategically. Don't make it boring. Generic names never, like, they don't sell well. You want to make it emotional, benefit driven. And an example of this is something like, instead of a hydrofacial, you could say red carpet glow facial. Or instead of just skin rejuvenation, you can say age rewind laser series, telling you what they want to do, what's going to happen. Microneedling, collagen boost protocol, just something more fun, right? Clients buy based on how it feels. So it wants to feel cool. They want it to feel exciting. So just make it fancy, or just yours, like brand it as your own. Okay, the ninth is stack your marketing strategy. So I want you to use a layered approach. So you have your problem awareness content, that's your posts, your reels, maybe a blog on your website. You have your client case studies and testimonials, right? You have compelling call to actions, which is that last sentence, right? Like telling them what you want them to do, how you want them to move, with bonuses and urgency before the end of the month, right? Then I want you to be nurturing through emails, build your email list. This is gold. And then also your direct messages and your follow ups. This will create trust, connection, and momentum. The 10 and final one is marketing that converts, is client led. So your content offers and packages should be built around one thing: what your ideal client wants, needs, and fears. Speak to that, solve that, sell from that, and you'll never struggle to find clients again. So the formula here, and you can screenshot this, is the name of your treatment, okay, or your protocol, plus the problem, plus the solution, plus the value driven offer that you've created, plus the urgency or scarcity that you've included, plus maybe a bonus, an add on. I want you to address the fear, put it out there, preempt it, add, this is optional, a guarantee or something like that. And then, stack the strategy. So multiple media platforms: in person, Instagram, blog, website, email. That's going to equal converting clients. So if you guys are interested in doing a little 14-day hook challenge, I created this for you. So you can just use your camera to scan the QR code. And what will pop up is 14 hooks with ideas to create converting content over the next 14 days. Okay? Now, this is really fun to do, and it just starts to get you into the motions of actually like putting content out there. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but these are hooks that have historically done well with clinics. So that's fun to try. All right. You guys ready to learn more? I'm going deeper. Okay. I added so much to this this session. So I wanna keep going with you. All right. Before we get more into it, I wanted to share some testimonials. Like, I just put a little splash of them here of people that I've worked with that have said such beautiful, kind things that I appreciate so much. And some results that I've had and some transformations with clinics that I've worked with, how we quickly just uptick their whole social media game. And now I want to go into 10 steps that you can start today. Okay. I wanted to help you make impact starting today and to get a lot out of this. So I created 10 steps to build your aesthetic business and double your revenue by next year. If you do these things, it will happen. Say one is set ambitious. Okay, wait, I'm going to go. Set ambitious revenue goals. So I want you to write down, like a lot of people just skip this step. Okay. And they just go into running their business. And then in year 3, they're like, shit, like sales aren't good. It was like, well, we forgot to do the pre work. We forgot to actually plan our finances and our revenue. So it's super important. I want you to write down your revenue goals for the year and break them down into monthly targets. So you actually know, like, you actually have an idea and a number in the back of your mind of like what you need to hit. And then have an Excel sheet. So like if you're a bit lower one month, you need to be a bit higher the next month. It's important to track these things. Think big, be strategic in planning how to achieve these. It's part of your business plan. Okay, second is I want you to analyze your current revenue streams. So assess your current revenue sources, including, of course, your treatments, your packages, your skincare products, and your memberships, if you have a membership, and identify areas for improving and focus on the high performance services. So I want you to look at everything you do from a bird's eye vision. What's working really, really well right now? Do more of that. Okay. Don't get muddled in the things that aren't working. If you have a membership that's not taking off, that's something else that we can work through. I have a whole class on that that's in my aesthetic accelerator. But if it's not working right now and you don't know how to make it work, don't waste time there. I want you to have actionable steps to double your revenue by next year. Focus on the things that are working. Just do more of that. Now, the third one is to utilize effective marketing strategies, which we have gone over here. So I want you to develop a targeted marketing plan that includes digital marketing techniques such as, social media advertising, so boosting posts, creating ads, doing your SEO, search engine optimization. And we talked about this and how to optimize our Instagram profile via our website. That's another thing. And email marketing, nurturing your warm leads, which is your email list, which is gold. You want to nurture this with either biweekly or monthly emails. Okay. Also, you need to leverage testimonials, reviews, before after photos. You need to get these. We cannot be lazy here. Do not drop the ball here, guys. If you aren't doing this, do it now. It is so important. Again, Alex Hermosi, you know what he says? 50 reviews in your business equates to $1 million in future revenue. Do it. Collect, ask, have a QR code at the front desk, get your receptionist to remind them to do it, have an incentive to do it, give them a free LED add-on or something, right? Very, very, very important for your business. Don't forget to take before and after photos. People want to see the transformation. You need to walk them through it. Okay, because there's going to be people in your audience who are more logical, who are more driven through results, and we need to be able to meet all the different personalities out there. Okay, so the next one is enhancing the patient experience. So I want you to, and again, you already probably do this, but I want to talk about it because it is important. And even for you to share with your staff and your team, because oftentimes as the business owner, if that's what you are, we're holding all the hats where we know how important this is to us. We know what our goals are, but not always everyone on the team does, because maybe you're not sharing it enough. That's one thing. But anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that we and everyone in your business needs to create an experience. This isn't going for just a service. This is an experience. You have burnt out moms, busy entrepreneurs who are coming and looking forward for this. It's not just about the treatment always, right? Like it's about you time, like going there for yourselves to relax, to have fun. It's exciting. What does it feel like if you've been looking forward for this appointment for a month and you get there and someone is feeling low energy and just not as excited as you? It kind of brings the energy down and it makes the experience not as fun and exciting and memorable as it could be. We don't want that. So we want you and your staff welcoming, to make it a comfortable, safe, fun environment where they're getting a personalized patient journey or client journey. They're met with a smile. You're as excited as they are. And, maybe you do something like that's branded, that you have little branded chocolates or a little water bottle, or you offer them a coffee or tea, you offer to take their jacket. These little things go such a long way. Be different from Joanne down the street. Okay. This is how you do it. It's making it an experience that's unique to your business. Now, the fifth one is to implement upselling and cross-selling techniques. Very, very, very important, guys, especially if you're not just wanting to pour all your money into marketing, paid ads. Like, we need to diversify. Like, there's a place for that and a stage in your business for that. But we also, like, because I know, and I've worked with a lot of startups, is to like, what are the things that we can do now with a limited budget? This is where this comes in: strategic partnerships. Train you and your staff on upselling and cross-selling techniques. So we're not ever just selling one treatment. We're not ever just selling a series of treatments. We're not ever just selling skincare. What we are selling is a protocol and a package to take a client on a journey to get to where they actually need to be. Does a client heal acne through just one treatment? Probably not, right? Do they do it from just one bottle of skincare? Probably not. They get it through a protocol that you've created to take them through the journey to get to where they need to be. Through this, we need to cross sell things that we are offering in the clinic. We need to cross sell skincare treatments that are packages, and probably even multiple different types of technology. It might be chemical peels and laser, or microneedling, or LED light, or face masks, skincare. It's a bunch of different things. Don't be scared to actually sell what they need, because what's going to happen is they're not going to get the results that they're actually looking for. You know what they need. Do not refrain from saying it. Okay. Of course, there's going to be some people that cannot afford it all. This will happen. But we start there. We start where, as the expert, as the educator, we start with sharing what we actually know they need. And then we titrate down if we need to. Okay. The sixth one is to leverage social media and online platforms. So we've talked a lot about marketing, social media today. You need to learn this and do this and master this to be very successful in your clinic, because I can't even think of a clinic who's very successful who isn't killing their marketing game. It's just a part of it. Okay. So we need to develop a strong marketing plan, a strong social media presence, and engage with your followers. Show up, show as yourself your true personality, and not hide behind the screen. Okay. We talked about how important this is. I'm not going to beat around the bush. You need to become the face of your brand. Humans connect with humans. This is how you win here. Okay. I want you to collaborate with strategic partnerships. So I touched on this. This is the most effective, organic way to build your business. Build strategic partnerships in your local community with different service providers. It can literally be chiropractors, personal trainers, hairstylists are amazing. I've seen hairstylists drive phenomenal growth in startup clinics, because what do you do with your hairstylist? You talk. It's like a freaking therapist. Like, we know that for anyone who's listening here who goes to their stylist, we're sitting there sometimes in a chair for 3+ hours. There's a lot of conversation going there. You become close with your stylist. If you create a really strong relationship with your hairstylist and they love you and you've done treatments for them, like, they're going to recommend you. You don't even have to tell them to do it. They're just going to do that because they already love you and they're getting a great result from your treatments. And then, you're already, like, they're focusing on someone's hair, beauty, feeling good about themselves. Let's talk about the skin too. Like, that is naturally, like, could easily come up. So hairstylists are a big one. Also lash artists, like anyone in your community, like literally anyone. And not only just building strategic partnerships, but collaborating on social media, giveaways, pop-ups, events. Like, there's so many things that you can do here, and it's so underutilized in this industry. And it's like the least expensive typically, and it can make the biggest results. Sorry. Okay. So carry on. Okay, so now number 7 is to, if you have a website, to optimize your website and your online presence. So what I have seen If you are someone like me, who I started off not knowing what to do or where to go. Sorry, guys. And just started like figuring it out on your own. Like I didn't have at the start someone create a website for me. I literally did it on my own. I figured it out on my own. And sometimes when we're doing this, there's little like mistakes and flaws that can happen. So something to be aware of is one of the common ones is if you created a website is to forget that it's formatted not only on the laptop where you probably just started designing it, but also on your cell phone. Because what happens is the images, just the sizing changes. And once you bring it up on a cell phone, it can look completely different and it can look not professional. So always check to make sure that the formatting is good on both devices, the device types. And a website platform that I would recommend as my number one is Wix. Okay. I love it because it's user friendly. It looks polished and it's easy to use. There's a lot of different services, has everything you need. And another one would be Squarespace, which is pretty good. A lot of people, if they're going to a website designer, like they will use WordPress. So WordPress is good because it does optimize well with Google and you can do a lot of things with it, but it's very complicated and it's not user friendly. So I just want to put that out there. If you are working with a website designer or you're starting to talk to people, make sure you ask what platform they use and be aware that if they do use WordPress, this may not be something that you will be able to make changes to down the road on your own. So you may always have to go to a website designer for like the littlest things, updating a photo, changing a brand color, something like that on a website. So that is something that I have run into with a lot of clients where they're like, oh, shoot, I wish I didn't use the WordPress. So that's why even when my team, so we do web design as well. I won't have them use WordPress because I don't want that to happen where you're in a situation where you have to always go to someone and pay someone to make a change in your business. Because the thing is, the reality is like our businesses evolve all the time. We're going to have to make changes. And I want you to be able to sustain your business on your own as well and feel like you have that power to do so and you're not always having to, go to all these places. Yeah, if you have questions on that, when we get to the contact page, you can let me know. Now, let's go to 8, which is offer popular and in demand treatments. Okay, so market research is an actual thing. And a lot of people can skip this part. They just kind of go into it with what they know. But the thing is, we don't actually know until we do the research. We need to stay updated on current trends and market demand. So it is beneficial to scan through who your competitors are, what they're doing, and just in general, kind of like in the market, like what's going on, what are people liking right now? Like trends are a real thing, right? What's kind of booming and like ride that wave. Also invest in training and equipment for new treatments when it makes sense. Again, doing things like that again is scary, and investment is always scary. There's always going to be a level of risk. So we talked about that. But sometimes what people can get caught in is they're so scared to make a move for an investment that they actually stay stagnant and they get stuck in the weeds and they don't grow to the potential that they could. So I just don't want you to get in that space. Obviously, don't spend recklessly. That doesn't make sense either. You want to do your research. And as a founder, you need to make decisions for yourself like, where are you wanting to go? And how do you get there? So what are the missing pieces here? Is that a device? What device is it? Is it, something else? Like you need to make a plan for that and you need to like start thinking about that. Have a bird's eye view on your business. And then also developing marketing campaigns to promote the new services. So things are always, always changing in aesthetics, similar to what I said about marketing. It is a evolving market. So is aesthetics. So and as you know, right? So it's important to not become the clinic that has all the old technology or just not evolving the current technology they have with enticing offers and like making things exciting. Because the thing is the other clinic down the block will be doing that and they will be on top of it and they'll have new fresh things and fresh ideas and they'll get creative and it will leave you behind because it's always going to be you against the clinic down the street. How do we differentiate? This is how you do it. So implement effective pricing strategies. So I want you to analyze the market, like we talked about. Do the market research. You do have to look who are your competitors? What are they charging? Why are they charging that? Is it working for them? Like, kind of get a feel, right? It would be silly not to. Like, we have to do those things and then determine what your optimal pricing is based on the strategy that you're coming in with. So, are you an existing clinic or are you a new clinic opening up in the area? And you got to kind of think about like, what do I need to do to scale and grow with what's going on in my current environment? So you need to focus on value driven, creative strategies. And this is going to help you undercut what competitors are doing. And, we talked a lot about that in a session. So I would take some of those ideas and just move them forward again, guys. You have the opportunity to literally double your revenue by next year if you do these things. It will happen. There's no way that it doesn't, but you have to, like we talked about, we have to be brave. We have to build our confidence, and we have to go forward with action implementation. If you do those things, you will reap the benefits. Okay. Okay, guys. I wanted to play that for you because I made this video, I think it was about 4 years ago, and this was a pivotal time in my life. It literally, after this moment, everything changed in my business and within myself because I realized that I could play at a much higher level than I was playing. And I had built the confidence, I pushed past bravery, and I took the action. So, this is a really good example as to everything that I've been teaching you in this masterclass. And I want to tell you a little bit of story about how this played out for me and like how I want you to use these foundational pillars that I talked about to make these kind of opportunities happen for you as well. So, this was a physician that I truly looked up to, so inspiring, is pivotal in aesthetics. He's a leader, breaks the boundaries, he carves the pathway. Like, this is someone that hasn't made a name for himself. And everyone knew him, right? Like, I was working in aesthetics, I was selling devices, and everyone knew who this person was. And I was like, wow, he's so inspiring. He's so cool. I would love to meet this person or even better, get a photo with him because I was very big on my social media in my job. And I was just like, this would be the coolest thing, right? But it's like, of course, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, oh yeah, but he's way too busy. Like he's not gonna have time for that. Or like, oh my gosh, like I would look stupid, like message him to ask for a photo. Like I shouldn't do that. All the what ifs are coming in. These are what create mental blocks and stop us from going for the things that we actually need to go for to be at the place that we need to be at, to go for the things that we actually want. So I quickly recognized that and I'm like, okay, no, we're not going to listen to those thoughts. We're actually just going to go for it. And I messaged him. One thing led to another. I then thought bigger. I'm like, okay, first I wanted a photo with him. Now I want to work for him. But I will get to this. So what ended up happening is I flew down to LA and I got a photo with him. He connected me with his personal assistant and I had 5 minutes with him, if that. But I got the photo and I pitched myself. Like I built that relationship as potently and fast as I could in that few minutes that I had with him. And then I was like, so like in awe of what he had created, his gorgeous clinic, Beverly Hills. Like I was like, this is it. I want to be a part of this. This is the level that I want to play at, and I'm going to make it happen. So I had literally nothing to work with, and he didn't know it yet, but I was going to work for him. So what I did was I utilized existing marketing that he was doing because I had nothing to work with, right? So I needed to create an opportunity for myself. This is where you think outside the box and you get really creative. So I repurposed a bunch of different content that I found on his social media, and I knew what his personality was, okay? And I created content that I knew that he would like. And I started posting it on my stories and I tagged him and he loved it. His boyfriend loved it, his team loved it, and I talked to him for a few days like going back and forth like he liked it. And then Within a week, I had gotten an email and he was asking me to be the director of marketing for his 9 different brands for over 15 people. Dream job that literally did not exist. And there was no way that I thought I would be able to do this. Okay. The only reason it happened is because I went for it. So this is where action implementation comes to play. Okay. Do not let limiting beliefs and mental blocks that we create for ourselves stop you from getting there. You have to push forward. It might feel sticky, it might feel uncomfortable, and it might be scary, but who cares? The more you do this, again, you build the resiliency and you build the confidence, and it gets easier and more doors and opportunities open up. Now, this changed everything in my business. From that moment on, I thought bigger, I thought better, and I acted on that, and everything flourished. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, my business has evolved into many different things. But it was because in this moment, I believed that I could do it because I made that happen, right? You can do the same thing. If you want it, go and get it. No one else is going to do it for you, but you can do it. Okay. Like it's completely open to every single one of us. Now, I want you to take a moment to just like think about this story. And hopefully, this is a story that sticks with you throughout your life. Those are the moments that you have to act on. When you feel that in your body, it's a green light to go forward as fast as freaking possible. Okay. And you'll be astonished at what will happen. All right. Moving on. Okay. I'll touch quickly on this one. I want to just give you some tools to work with. Like if you are, whether you've been in aesthetics for a long time or you're starting out, probably trying to figure out what tools do I have to build my business. I'm going to talk about a couple that I work with because I really like the owners. I like how the companies work and I believe in them. So there's a couple here. This one is Cleo's Health, doctor owned company, exosomes and PDRN, the best in the industry. Only ones that I will use. They are the only ones who have the most science backed by them. They have over 200 publications, literally binders full of studies, and over 90 global patents. They are from Korea. Don't go through a fast process. They go through a very thorough 425-day factory process. So these are not things that are just whipped up and with good marketing. Okay. These are legit. They're backed by science and they work. So there's exosomes. In the US, they have human and plant. And then in Canada, of course, we have plant. They're Edelweiss plant. They're just such a beautiful product. They not only help with healing. So if you're doing like an ablative laser or an aggressive chemical peel, using something like this is going to help with healing. It's going to help with downtime and it's going to help get much better results because it's working at a cellular level for more for more cellular rejuvenation. This is how you get the most out of your treatment. Now, there's also PDRN. You may have heard of that. Like, it was kind of trendy and many people talked about it, derived from salmon sperm. But this is really beautiful for a deep hydrating treatment. It gives you that glass glowy skin and also further helps with getting better results. Also really reducing redness. So the reason I love these products is not only because I believe in them, not only because I love the company and I like what they stand for, but it's a very good business decision in terms of ROI. And it's trendy. Again, we're talking about market research and things like that. People go looking for these kind of treatments. You want to find the ones that actually work, find ones that actually have science backed by them. Everyone is coming out with these products these days. Not everyone has science backed products. So get the ones that work. We don't want ones with just pretty marketing. So do the research. Profit wise, we want to talk about ROI. You can make a $200 ROI in just an extra 2 minutes of treatment time. That's $100 a minute, guys. And not only is this beneficial to you because you're working smart and you're making a heck of a lot more money in your clinic, you're establishing yourself as with more credibility because you're offering the advanced treatment protocols that are out there. and you're guaranteeing that your client or patient is going to walk away with better results and feeling more comfortable. So it's a win-win for everyone. Oh, I'll quickly touch on this. What I also really like about these exosomes is that they are full of the most important peptides. So I've worked for two of the world leading skincare brands and I've studied different ingredients and I know which ones are the most effective. So I will mention, I used to work for Galderma Elastin, and the best product that I have used to date that has, again, most science proven skin in the game is the Skin Nectar. Look deeper into this product and why it does well. One, it has a patented peptide complex. When you look deeper into what these peptides are, it's very interesting because the same peptides are in these exosomes. So when you break it down, you take a look at these here. These are the kind of peptides that are actually going to change skin at a cellular level. Okay, so again, it's not a pretty package. It actually has what we want in it. And this is why you get the good results. And you can see here, these are people in the industry who have had incredible results immediately post microneedling and then post ablative laser, much faster healing, way more comfortable, and better results. Another one I want to quickly mention is ProCell Therapy. So I decided to partner with them because I just really believe in this device. It is like a no-brainer, especially if you're just starting out in the industry, but even if you're just wanting to bring in some kind of microchanneling, microneedling type device, okay? So ProCell device is microchanneling. So it's not scraping against the skin, it's creating clean channels in the skin. We're, and the, why this is important because we don't want to create any excess inflammation or bleeding that we don't need because that's just going to close up the channels and coagulate the channels that we made, and we're not going to be able to actually absorb the topical that we're putting on, which is how we get the results that we're looking for. So we want to put a topical on growth factor serum. Again, this is going to help get the most out of the treatment, get the best results by accelerating the regeneration process that's going on in the skin once we start creating this controlled trauma to the skin. So again, I very intentionally pick who I partner with. And the reason I pick these is because it makes so much sense, result in ROI wise. Okay. Because I'm dealing as a business coach to clinics, I'm going to recommend only things that are actually going to move the needle for them. ProCell, such a good price point, like no brainer price point. Anyone can jump into this. They also have 0% financing, 0%. Like no one's doing that anymore. Up to 12 months. So it makes it affordable for literally anyone. And it comes with incredible growth factor serum and aftercare and a face mask. Like it's literally the whole protocol that you can brand so beautifully in a package and create such a good ROI over. So like just on average, I want to literally break this down with you. And please feel free to like bring out your phone and your calculator right now. So okay. You can do facial rejuvenation or hair restoration. So you get to, first of all, you get to do two services with this one device. Okay. Now you could literally open up a clinic, open up a room in your home, rent a room with this one device. And you have two solid services and you can add in skincare and face mask and LED or like chemical peel. And then you have like a whole service menu. Okay. So hair restoration, you can charge a bit more for. And it works so well. So they have specific formulated growth factors for the hair restoration with aftercare that works so well. It has changed my hair growth completely. Like, let's to kind of just make it easy between facial rejuvenation and hair restoration. You're going to charge, we're on the lower end here. I'm going to make this on the lower end because you can charge way more than this depending on the situation. Like, it depends on what you have going on, okay? And that's something we can talk more about. But 250 to 450 plus per treatment, okay? One treatment. And you want to recommend 4 to 6. Or actually even up to 8 for hair restoration if you, because it's more of a long-term thing to really get the results that you're going to see and last. But anyways, okay, so this is ROI. So it costs in consumables about $100, let's say. I'm going on the high end. So your take home, this is take home after expenses, your return is 250 to 450. So let's get the average in there. Let's say 350. That's your take home after you've paid for the consumables. Okay. So this is what you bring in revenue wise, $350 for a 40-minute treatment. Okay. Let's just say we did all the things we talked about in this class. You started implementing your sales system, your sales methodologies, your marketing system, the whole thing, right? And it's working. You're getting clients. Say say you work 5 days a week. Say you just do one client a day. Okay. We can get you there. Like, if you believe in yourself, like, trust me, do you believe you can get one client a day if you go all in? I believe you can. One client a day, 5 days. So that's 5 treatments a week. Or let's even say you work one day and you have 5 clients a day. Like, whatever. Let's just say 5 in the week. That is already 91K a year. Okay. This isn't that hard, guys. Like, you could literally work 1 to 2 days a week and have just 5 clients a week for a 40-minute treatment and be making almost 6 figures. This is low end. Let's say we bumped it up. Let's say you are doing about 10 treatments a week. Again, that's like 2 a day. Like, we can get you to much more, but like, let's just say 2. You're now sitting at 182 take home revenue after your cost of expenses a year. 182. How many of you there who are maybe wanting to go into aesthetics are making less than this and would dream to make almost 200 a year working 2 hours a day? It's amazing what you can do. This is a very lucrative industry, and don't get caught up in, oh, it's oversaturated. No, aesthetics, we're lucky. It's one of the industries that it doesn't matter how saturated it's going to be. You differentiate yourself, you provide value and good results, and you will be filthy rich. It's a no-brainer. Even when COVID happened, people are still paying for the Botox. They can't even afford to put food on the table. They're going to get Botox. People will pay and find a way to pay for things that make them feel good and for things that they believe they want and need. And beauty is one of those things. Let's go one step further, okay? Because I want to show you what's really real. And this is just with the Pro Cell. This is not even providing, like, doing a layered protocol yet, like a face mask, an LED treatment, other things that you can add on, even a laser down the road. Like, this is just a little Pro Cell, which can cost you like a few $100s a month over a 12-month plan. Let's say you get to a point where you're doing 15 treatments a week. Okay, so you're more established now. You've built up your clientele. You're starting getting the word of mouth. You're having about three appointments a day, right? You can get there over time as well. Like, is three treatments a day. There's many clinics out there doing this. If you're doing that, now you're almost at 300K a year. Take home revenue from one little tiny device, 273K a year. It's totally doable. These are real numbers. And this is just a small part of it. People are starting clinics out there making millions of dollars a month. I talked to someone last week where we were talking about someone who opened up 3 clinics in the States. He is bringing in the lowest month, $500,000 a month, up to around 8-10 million a month from 3 clinics. Like, it's insane. He's been doing it 4 or 5 years. This is obviously a very successful story, but again, we all have the opportunity to go for it, and you can build it as big as you want. Okay. Now, if you're looking for some more support, I have a few different options. So there's something for everyone. Okay. This is a bundle of ebooks that I've made. One is called Become a Money Magnet in Medical Aesthetics. So this is really around social media and mindset. And then I have a bonus aesthetic growth. So remember, I told you I'm an author of a couple books. This is one of them where I go over sales, marketing, and operations in an aesthetic practice. You get this for free. I also have one that's called Reinvent Your Brand. This is all about building your personal brand, which is very important and which we touched on a lot today. But this is going to go deeper and it's going to be very tactical. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, like what you do. And then sell without selling. Again, my sales approach is a human-centric sales approach. I call it the corporate rebel methodology. And this is where we learn how to sell with actually selling. We learn how to be coaches to people so that they can make empowered decisions. Okay, it's not about pushing sales. It's $97. If you're watching this today, I'm going to give it to you for $17. You can just DM me that you watched my masterclass and I will send you the link. Now, I want to take it a step further. I'm offering something really special for you here today. So, if you want to have my eyes on your Instagram, we talked a lot about all the different marketing strategies to put in place. You have some work to do. But what happens after you do it? You're going to wonder, like, is this how I'm supposed to do it? Like, could this be better? Should I do that? Should I do this? I'm giving you an opportunity now where I will have my eyes on your business, on your Instagram, and I will send you a Loom video, which is like a recorded video of me auditing your Instagram profile to make sure it's where needs to be. And I will also give you my opinion on like how we can make it even better. I will give this in exchange. If you felt like you got value out of the masterclass today, you enjoyed it, you learned something, you're excited about taking it and moving forward with it, I ask you to leave a review with how you felt about this class. And in exchange, I would love to offer you the Instagram audit. So you can do that just by scanning the QR code. And if you do that, just take a screenshot of the review and then you can send it to me on Instagram or email, which I'll give you at the end of this presentation. And I will do that full review and be so excited to do so. Okay, now for the last head honcho exciting offer. So this is going to be for someone who's like, fired up, who's like, oh my God, I loved this. I want to go deeper. I want to go all in. I want to take my business to the next level. Like I'm doing this. I am stepping out of this version of myself. I'm going bigger, better. Like my story when I talked about the opportunity that I created for myself with that doctor, where everything in my life skyrocketed and changed from that point forward. My entire business evolved from being just marketing to so many different things, to being a leader in different avenues, branched out to consulting, to coaching, to recruitment, to startups, to like a many different exciting things. It's all because I went deep on all the coaching that I did with my business coaches. So now I'm wanting to do that for you. Now, this is called the Aesthetic MBA curriculum. Inside my program, which is my core program called the Aesthetic Accelerator. So, the Aesthetic MBA, it was created because, as I mentioned, I'm in my MBA. I'm all about real business strategies and mindset and all the things that actually are going to change you as a person and move you in your business because we need to become the person to hold our businesses. So, my program is not there's definitely a place for all the strategies, as you can see, but I go a step deeper and I like to work on the person as a whole because we need to change you at your core, your identity, and how you're showing up to actually withstand the results that you're going to achieve. Because if you don't do that work, it doesn't match up. You can do all the strategies in the world. You might get some short-term success, but can you actually hold that long term? We work on the whole person and the business. So the aesthetic MBA is going to be the business side of aesthetics that you didn't learn in laser school or that you just never learned, right? Like maybe you jumped into this because you're passionate, you love aesthetics, but now what? Like, have you owned an aesthetic clinic before? Have you owned a business before? It might not be the case. So what do we do? How do we do it? That's exactly what I teach in this program. So it's like, what if you could launch or scale your med spa with the exact blueprint that top clinics use? No more guessing, no more overwhelm. I don't want you guys spending 14-hour days, 7 days a week, being stressed out, redoing, wondering what the heck you need to do to make this business extremely successful. The number one reason so many talented injectors or laser techs and clinic owners stay stuck is because they never learned how to actually start and run a successful business in this industry. So until now, okay? So where we change that. It's a 14 module program. It's self-paced and it's housed in a community where you can go through the modules and there's also homework as well. Like there is a lot of resources in there. It goes as deep as like a training program for all of your staff. So it's not just you, like this is implement to your entire team. And it has resources. It even has like It has actually everything that you need to create an in-house marketing system and an in-house sales system. So you'll have your lead forms, like everything, so that you can eventually, once we get you there, have someone who's closing leads for you and knows how to do it and does it well, converts at a high rate. You have an in-house marketing system where you know exactly what your marketing plan is, what to post, when to be booking real clients that are in your community. Okay. It's going to show you so how to launch, and not only launch if you're in business and feel stagnant, how to scale to 6, 7 plus figures. It's going to show you how to attract premium clients and not get stuck on having to discount all the time. Like we are wanting to go, we are not wasting our time on that. We are going to focus on the people who actually want to work with and that are going to bring in the money. And this is like a very premium type of clientele. That's what we're going for. And I'm going to also help you build out your revenue system. Okay. Like we talked about this, doing your financial planning. Some people skip this step, but we cannot do that. It's super important. So we're going to also build out all your revenue goals. Okay. So the only risk here is staying exactly where you are. So I want to take out the guesswork and save you years of trial and error and thousands of dollars due to the trial and error. Okay. And if this is something that is interesting to you, I would be so excited to talk to you if you want to jump on a call, like see if it's a fit, ask all the questions. I'm here for you. I'm here for it. So excited, as you can probably pick up. I'm very passionate about this, and I'm so, so excited just to make it all and more happen for you. So that's where we do it. We do it in the Aesthetic Accelerator. Let me show how this works, guys. So this is the Aesthetic Accelerator. Do you feel like there's more revenue available in your business, but you want to grow in a way that feels more organized, less overwhelming, and less dependent on doing everything yourself? If that speaks to you, this is for you. I work with aesthetic clinic owners on aligning operations, marketing, and sales and client experience so the business becomes easier to run and more consistent in revenue. How we do this is we have the Aesthetic MBA proprietary curriculum that you go through self-paced. We also have high touch point biweekly trainings and coaching where we are live together. You come with your questions, you come with your hurdles, you come with your goals, and I work with you. You have me in your back pocket as your business coach to work through everything that's showing up in your life, in your business. We work through it and we just make it happen. You're going to have access to my entire vault of courses. I have over 10 very potent courses from, like I mentioned, sales, marketing, revenue, systems, all of it. You're going to have access to, again, the Aesthetic MBA curriculum. You're going to have access to the Corporate Rebel Sales Methodology curriculum, which is coming out soon. And this is going to be really good, guys. I'm so excited about this. If you liked the sales segment that we went through, like we're going to get so much deeper, and literally we're not going to let any sales go through the cracks. Okay. We're also, you're going to have access to a social media template vault. So I'm going to teach you all the skills, but I believe in resources as well. So if you're not wanting to spend too much time on making content and assets, graphic designs, we have hundreds of templates available to you that you can use easily. A program called Canva, it's super user friendly. You can change out your branding colors, your fonts, and just kind of use the template to plug and play with your photos or videos. And last but not least, you have the community. Something that's really, really integral to this whole process is, the people. It's very, very true when you hear that saying, the people who you surround yourself with are the people you become. And you want to put yourself with like-minded individuals. This is how you win, right? Like you want to be in the conversation where people are thinking bigger, doing bigger, and you're here for it. You're doing it as well. Like this is at the playing field and the level that you're going for moving forward. And you're going to be surrounded by those kind of people who think like that. So like the norm, like your new norm is going to be way, way up here. Okay. Now the investment. So this is priced at $2,997 USD for the entire year. I lowered the price significantly because I have a new goal for myself. Let me put this on camera here. I really want to think about what my mission is in life, not money wise. Like, what is really important and going to move what I want to do in this world. And it's helping people live incredibly amazing lives and be filthy rich doing it. Okay? Like, I want you to live a life that is free, that is abundant, and that you have the power of money to do whatever you want with that, for your families, for your kids, for yourself, to travel, to actually live a life worth living. That's my goal. So I changed the pricing and I lowered it. And my business plan now is to have a more of a group container, have more people join, build a community, but still keep it very touch point with those bi-weekly live coaching calls where I am going to be answering all your questions regularly, as well as so many other resources that are going to be going on. Like, that year is going to be a transformative year for you. At 997 US over for the whole year. And I am partnered with a program called Split It. Now, I love this program because what you can do with this now is, so you can pay for the 2997 in full, but when you do it through this program and they don't take any cut, it doesn't cost you anything to do this. They just charge your credit card monthly over up to a year. So now that price is it's under 250. I think it's 249 a month for the year. It's like, and like the ROI and results and the transformation that you're going to get, like not even just in your business, like as yourself through a program like this, is going to be insane. So if you feel it and you're into it, guys, I'm so excited to work with you. That's the investment. And I just want to go over it again, like who this is for. Okay. Outdated clinic. So much talking today. Wow, over 2 hours. So fun. Okay, so outdated clinic chaos is going to modern CEO systems. I have specialized and spent so much time vigilantly getting very good at AI because this is where the future is and this has helped your business so much, guys. So there's different ways we can use AI and systems and marketing things, but I want to transform you out of the old systems to the new way of doing systems that makes you a lot more money and saves you a lot more time. It's a lot more fun. Random posting, not knowing what to post here, post there, post this, for that, we don't even know, to an in-house transformative marketing machine. We're going from the awkward selling to the corporate rebel sales leadership style, human-centric approach. It's not selling anymore. You're empowering people. And we're going to talk more and more and go deeper into how to actually do that. I want to take you from being in that tech chair dependency to actually evolving and going to the CEO chair authority that most people want to get to, right? When the people that I've talked to, and like everyone has different goals, so we will work with your goals, but a lot of people are starting out doing the treatments, but like they really want to be in their CEO chair, running their business, expanding, like not stuck doing the treatments forever. We're going from basic clinic branding that's generic and boring and looks like everyone else to cult brand positioning, okay? Like where they're obsessed with your brand and completely loyal to you. We're going from discounting tactics and chasing people down to effortless, consistent sales with the systems and the methodologies that we're teaching. You're going to be done with doing business like it's 1996, and you're going to go to an AI supported modern growth system. Okay, there's a new way of systemizing your business, and I can tell you it's so much better. You can do so much. You can have AI agents, you can do AI marketing, like you can have everything running on automation in the background. It's like, guys, if you're not doing this, let me help you because it's life changing. Okay. This is all about becoming one of many in aesthetics in all those clinics to the one. Okay. So if this sounds exciting to you, I can't even tell you how excited I am to possibly work with you and change your lives. But I will say, this is for the person who is ready to meet me here. Okay. The way this works is I cannot hold your hand and drag you up here. I need people who are ready to go all in, who are ready to come meet me here as a partner, and we're going to make it happen. Okay. You need to come in with the mindset that this is going to take work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is not easy. Business ownership is not easy. but we can make it easier. We can make it a lot more fun, and we can make it a lot more scalable. And I can help you do that. I will be there with you. Okay. I'm not going to drag you up to do it, but I will be there with you. You want to meet me here because these are the kind of people that I want in the room. Okay. Ready, all in. If that's you, message me. I'm so excited to blow you up. All right. So, okay. Last but not least, guys, almost 2.5 hours in. This is how we stay in touch. This is how you can connect with me. You can scan the QR code. That's going to take you directly to my Instagram profile. I should have put in the slide, but I also want to leave you with my email address. Kayla, which is Kayla at Alora, ALORA-agency.com. So again, Kayla at Alora-agency.com. You can email me if you prefer that over Instagram. And again, guys, you can get all this for $250 a month. And let's fucking go. Like I'm here for you. I'm ready for it. All right. So you let me know. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And I will hopefully see you guys soon.